What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I do hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Now, today we're testing Horizon Zero Dawn. I want to make clear this is on a 512GB Steam Deck, but we are running this off the micro SD card as I always do in my test videos because it's the best. I like to show you guys the worst case scenario. I've actually just recently finished playing through this game for the first time ever. I kind of started it years ago back on PlayStation 4. Didn't really get into it, but I recently just finished it on my RTX 4090, and you get native 4K, highest settings, locked 120 frames per second, and it is glorious on PC. But I wanted to test it on this device. I'm just going to give my screen a little clean here a second because it's looking a little dirty, I must admit. I don't want you guys to see anything worse in the video. Just to say, when you do first start this game up, you do have to do the shaders through Vulkan, obviously, which is something that it does automatically. It's not anything you need to worry about, but I skipped that because obviously it takes quite a long time to cast shaders on the Steam Deck. So without further ado, let's get into this, but please do like this video if you do enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel because there's plenty more games to test and more things to come, and tons on the channel if you're new. Loads of games, just done all the Batman games recently on my channel, and they all run flawlessly, to be honest. Really, really good on this device, every single one of them, and there's a way I can show you how to do it. There's a tutorial on the channel of how to get the game to run as well. So yeah, as I said, like the video, subscribe, plenty more to come, and let's get into this. Hopefully this loading isn't going to take too much longer, but as I said, we are running it off the SD card. If you do it off the SSD, it will be quicker than this, obviously. Don't know by how much, but probably quicker. Now, normally in my videos, I do try to get a locked 60 if we can. I try to always go for the best case, but in this game, I just don't think it's going to be possible on the Steam Deck. It's a very big open world game, very graphically amazing looking game. So I just don't think we're going to be able to get 60 FPS, but maybe we can get to that 40, which is a really good sweet spot on the Steam Deck for some newer types of games. So we'll try for that. If not, we will, we'll do the best we can and get a nice 30 if not. So all we know is that this game does run just very slow. Hence the loading times through a micro SD card. I have a 1TB micro SD card, but it looks like we're about to load into the game now. So let's see what we can get out of this device. I'm loving the Steam Deck still, by the way, guys. I'm trying to make sure I record at the best angles for you guys. I know it's very, very difficult for me to do this, but I'm trying to make it as good as I possibly can so you can see what's going on at the same time as me attempting to play the game and check the settings and stuff from the angle I'm sitting at. God, this is a very long load time now. I don't know whether that's because I've recently just finished a playthrough and it's maybe loading, I don't know, all my data up. I'm not entirely sure, but I've literally just finished the last part of the story. I'm going to start going to do some side quests after this and carry on where I left off from, because I think there's still a few bits for me to do in terms of this game. So we're loading in. Yeah, this is where we left off at, and as you can see, we're getting a very lovely 24 FPS, which is not what we want. So this looks gorgeous, by the way. Even on the Steam Deck, this looks absolutely insane. So we're 800p, sorry. No upscale method at the moment. We've got VSync on and stuff. Go into the graphics. The graphics are all at ultra. Let's just see what happens if we just favor performance and just go to performance for a second. And as you can see, actually, we're already getting a better FPS, some still significant hitching and significant drops there. Don't know whether that was us just loading in, but no, I don't think it was. I think that's genuinely just us lagging a lot. So I think let's go to the next thing we want to do is obviously go to the upscaling method and just see if we can get that to work better. Upscale method on. Let's go to super resolution and let's go to performance and just see what we can get done. Oh, okay. So much closer to that 60 though. I mean, it's looking very pixelated, but there's still some awful stutters. I'm not sure why. As you can see, guys, it's not looking the prettiest game anymore at all. I don't know if I'd want to play it like this. Yes, it's smoother, but you still... God, those drops are severe in this game. My gosh. Okay. Well, we're running out of options. We've even got it on performance. Let's dial back the FOV. Let's dial back this to 60. I don't know why we're doing that. Yes, I want to keep that the same. We've gone everything to the lowest settings. Let's put shadows off entirely and just see if that's going to be any better. The FOV looks so weird when you reduce it to this close after playing. It's weird on PC when you go back to like a console or something, having no FOV slider normally, because on the PS4 when I first played this game through, there's no FOV slider. It makes all the difference. But as you can see, we are closer to that lot 60, but there's still some major drops like in random places. So I personally would settle for probably the 40 FPS frame cap. And now I would say this is a worst case. This is a very busy part of the map. There's a lot of NPCs, which really hammers the CPU and the GPU for that matter, to be honest. So let's just cap this for a second at 40 frames. Let's just do that first of all. Just go back in and we can see our frame time graph is so much more stable here already. I really like 40 FPS on the Steam Deck. I'm going to go back to flipping more field of view because it's just horrible. I think let's go for quality and just see what we can get out of this for a second. Can we stick to our 40? So yeah, we're actually sticking to our 40 frames per second with upscaling, obviously, on quality mode. Now, that's pretty decent. Like, I'm happy with this. Bear in mind, this is one of the most demanding areas on the map. It's the one place where my 4090 wouldn't hit 120 FPS. So as I say, this is going to be a worst case here. As you can see, you're getting some hitching. You're getting that squiggly line coming up at the top right-hand corner of the screen there. It's showing some bad frame times, hence the FPS drops and bad frame times. As you can see, most demanding area of the game. But if you are willing to put up with some FPS drops like this, then I think 40 FPS is worth it. Let's just go to original for a second. So this would be the PlayStation 4's graphics settings. Obviously, it didn't have upscaling before. You can see we're actually not much worse off. Obviously, this is the most busiest city, as I've said already. Let's try and fast travel to another location so you guys can see what it's like kind of out in the wilderness. Let's go all the way back over to more of a starting area here. Let's also do a test for fast travel for loading time so you guys can see what to expect. PC, this was done by now on my 11900K and my RTX 4090. I believe the game's still bottlenecked heavily by my 11900K compared to my 4090. I think it's completely bottlenecked by my CPU, which is something I want to upgrade in the future. But I may just wait until the 50 series, get a 5090 and upgrade my CPU when I get that 5090, I think, is what I will do. Because then we can get, 2 new components. And then I normally do my CPU upgrades every 4 years. And then my GPU pretty much every time there's a new card out, I upgrade. Depending this time on how bottlenecked we are, when I get the 5090 and then the 14900K or whatever it's going to be that I get, the AMD, depending which one's more powerful, it'll be very interesting to see where the bottleneck is then, depending on what I upgrade after that. If we're still bottlenecked by the CPU, I may not even bother upgrading to the 5090. I don't know. It's tough to decide at the moment. It's the first time pretty much ever, or for a long time, that we're actually CPU bottlenecked. Anyway, so as you can see, we're out in the wilds now, where stuff is less demanding for sure compared to what it was, but you're still getting those frame time stutters. I don't know whether that's a shader compilation thing. We have done the shaders, but you're still getting those random hitches. That's really strange. But let's just go back into settings and just put our graphics up now to ultimate for a second and just see where we're at. For that, because you really don't drop that much, but there's no point playing like that. Let's just go down to maybe high favor quality. Let's just see. Can we get our 40 FPS? Yeah, we can. Okay. We are hovering around that 40. So I'm just going through options for you guys so you can see what to expect. Let's just go off this. Let's just go to simple for a second. Can we, maybe not, no, it's not going to be as good as FSR. Let's just do that. Yeah, okay, you definitely want FSR. My gosh, this game looks amazing like this, though. If you want to play at 30 frames and cap this thing to 30 frames and play like this, like you're actually playing above console settings. Like, that's kind of insane to me that you can do that. I just want to see, can I just change this to like that? And then we've got our upscaler on the actual Steam Deck itself, obviously, that you can see if I go into my settings here. Where is it? It's down, I think. And then I've always got that FSR set to on. And as you can see, yeah, you can get closer to that 40 like this. But again, it's similar to just doing the in-game FSR. So personally, the way I would probably play this, even though I would say this, you're not getting a great experience either way on Steam Deck. I think you're going to have to put, let's just try the simple one for a second. Yeah, it's no better than what we were getting with FSR. So I think FSR is going to be the best. Obviously, this is AMD hardware. So yeah, let's just go balanced even. I think wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more pixelated, but you're getting closer to that 40 FPS target. If you go to 60, you're going to get much more unstable frame time graphs. Uh, I don't mind this. It's just the stuttering is such a nuisance, and I don't have that on PC, so I'm not sure the reason for that. But this experience is just not great all in all in this game. In my opinion, you can get 40, but every time you do an animation like zoom in, you can see, look at the stuttering you get. It's pretty horrible to play, and this is such a beautiful game. If you have a PC, play it there 100%. But if you don't, then just I would just lower things as much as you can, or cap things at 30, and that's your options. I think would be the best thing to do in this game right now, because I don't know. I can't see it being an update. I don't think it's the stuttering in terms of what the game is doing, because I didn't have this problem on my PC, so I think it is the Steam Deck. But that's what you can expect to get. But we'll leave it there for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. No 60 FPS here, but that's kind of to be expected, as I said at the start of this video. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in future ones. Bye-bye for now.